are truly excellent at this task and come with other benefits as well. Many of them actually fire very well on them.
Hello everyone, this is Veronica and...
Hello beautiful people on the internet, this is Valdemar, and today it's a very important day in the history of our channel. It is, because this is the first time we are seeing video with cats.
Yeah.
So it's like a definition of an internet channel. There has to be a day when you will watch cats, and then your channel will go viral.
That's what you're predicting?
I mean, maybe not now, but there is no possibility for your channel to ever go viral if you have no video with cats. You have to have at least one video with cats.
Alright, makes sense.
It's a basic law of universe.
Okay. And I think it's also the first video where we fixed the sound, right?
Yes, we had some comments about the quality of the audio. So we try to solve the problem. So the video today may be a little bit later than it is usually, but we try to solve the problem with the audio, and we did our best. For now, maybe in the future it will be even better, who knows? Maybe someday we will invest to how do you say it, to mute the sound in this room.
Get rid of the echo, because it is very echoing. But,
it's a small room, so, but we have some solutions for now. As you can hear, if you think it's better, then let us know. If you think it's worse, then
definitely let us know.
Yeah.
So we'll get rid of it, but we think it's nicer.
Yeah, and alright, so about what we are watching today. Today we are watching, and both of us this time, for the first time, a video from TierZoo. It's a channel that we already watched.
Yeah.
Some
like
videos. Yeah, it's very, very funny, educational, so it's very nice quality content. And this video is new. I think it's from a month ago, something like that. And it's about cats, how cats broke the game. So I guess the game is the game of life. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And yeah, we are excited because, like I said, I think history will be made today with this exact video.
And if not, at least we'll watch cats for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, and we are cat people, definitely.
I'm a dog person too. I'm an every animal person.
Yeah, but cats have a special place here in my heart and in your heart, I guess.
Here?
Somewhere here, I don't know.
I never remember. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so I think we can start the video in 3. It's the addition to the montage I will later have.
Okay.
It will be easier with editing. Maybe.
I just say now very loudly.
Yeah? I had noticed. 3, 2, 1, start.
Oh!
And they're counting too.
This game's tier list can seem pretty set in stone sometimes, but in reality, major shifts in the meta can happen extremely quickly, especially when new resource hotspots and points of interest open up. Builds which are well adapted to capitalize on these flashpoints can see dramatic ascensions on the tier list. One such event occurred when humans unlocked the food storage ability.
That's Animal Crossing off on Minecraft, you know.
Giving them a consistent source of XP even during harsh winters or famines. That is, if they could defend their stockpiles. These stashes were incredibly valuable and could easily support entire colonies of rats.
I heard that even now many breweries that brew whiskey, you brew whiskey, you brew beer definitely, but
Still whiskey?
It is still whiskey, yeah. So many distilleries.
Distilleries. I think I'm not sure.
It's a hard language. So many distilleries still, and in Scotland, in USA, they have cats on their employee list.
Oh, I heard that because you told me, but yeah. They have, I said maybe I heard that because you told me, but I remember the cats in the distillery.
I think we watched a video about this.
Oh, maybe.
That there are some cats and they do every night, they do like kilometers around the property, catching mouses.
Patrol.
Mice.
Nice.
Nice.
There are only difficult words today. It's not your fault. Yeah. But I loved it. I know it's like the feature of this channel, but I love how he describes it as a game and he never gets out of the field. Like, if he describes life like a game from the beginning to the end, it's really
it's a good idea for a channel. It's very entertaining. That's right. That's true. All right. Let's go back.
Sparrows if improperly guarded. And while these Neolithic humans did have some techniques they could use to try and protect their precious grain on their own, ultimately their saving grace came in the form of a previously low-tier predator build that was barely scraping by in the North African savannah, the Wildcat. A build which, once domesticated, would go on to become one of the most oppressive, overpowered predators in the current meta. But what is it about the house cat that makes it such a dominant threat? And how was it that the Wildcat became better suited at taking advantage of pest infestations than other builds? To really explain the success of the house cat, we need to go way back and start our story just after the Miocene balance patch. This update granted mammals access to a new ability called
The Miocene patch. That's just patch. Very funny. Very.
Teeth, a side grade of the dentition skill tree, which allows users to gain bonus XP from carcasses and carrion sources. This may seem like a minor thing, but it completely changed up the metagame and made hyper-carnivorous builds a lot more viable, giving rise to a new archetype called the Carnivoran, a group which includes many of the most popular predator builds in the current meta. Carnivorans are divided into two factions, Caniforms and Feliforms. Caniforms are more generalist in nature and invest a lot into the olfaction skill tree, letting them track the sense of whatever they need, be it scavengeable carrion, prey, fruit, honey, water, or teammates, from a great distance. They also tend to have a lot of stamina, allowing them to run for long distances without tiring. Feliforms, on the other hand, doubled down on the Carnivoran archetype's original strategy. They spec'd into even more abilities meant to crank up the efficiency of the hyper-carnivore game plan. The ability Tongue Papillae allows felids to extract even more value from fresh kills. Instead of
the ability to what? To tongue what? Did you catch that?
No, I can go back, of course.
Abilities meant to crank up the efficiency of the hyper-carnivore game plan. The ability Tongue Papillae allows felids to extract even more value from fresh kills. Instead of investing heavily into scent-based sensory power, Feliforms tend to focus more on their hearing and eyesight abilities. This doesn't help them scavenge, since things like carcasses and berries don't make sound, but it does make them incredibly good at detecting hidden prey. Also, in keeping with the Carnivoran's first major advancement, Feliforms also focus a lot more heavily on specialized dentition, optimizing their bite attacks to deal massive puncture damage, and more effectively hold onto prey so the user can deal bonus damage with their claws. Throw in a few more ambush-focused abilities like retractable claws and camouflage fur patterns, and you've arrived at the modern Felid, easily one of the most successful stealth assassin builds the game has ever seen. In fact, during the ice...
Did you just steal something from...
Yeah, from his mouth. What a tease. It's a tease.
There's zero fear.
But he had zero respect for the alligator.
Yeah.
He put almost like, his head inside.
Like when I'm eating something and our cat just like comes here and it takes, wants to take it out or take it out of her hands. It's the same. Human alligator, no problem.
Sage expansion. Felids were such a dominant threat that many other predator builds had trouble competing with them at all. In the current meta, cats remain incredibly dominant in virtually every major terrestrial server. Basically every cat, including the ones I like to throw shade at, is a threat. Not just to those of similar weight class, but even to builds that vastly outweigh them. Although their power stat tends to be fairly modest among carnivorans, through efficient use of critical hits, a skilled Felid player can take down just about anything.
I mean, that is amazing that they can...
An offshoot of the fact...
They can take out the alligator from the water.
I've seen that.
With just their mouth.
This one video I've seen, and each and every part of it that you cannot really see.
It's a jaguar?
I think it's a jaguar or the leopard. Leopard.
I don't think it's a leopard.
I don't know. But you can't see it at all. On the shore, because it has such good camouflage and it moves so quietly and then yeah.
Awesome. Good thing that we don't live in a jungle.
Action opted to forego larger size and instead chose to spec into a few new abilities meant to capitalize on exploiting the weaknesses commonly found in the lower weight classes. So let's finally start unpacking what makes the house cat so overpowered. We'll begin with a quick look at the cat's stats. We've got a build with upper mid-level intelligence, low defensive stats, decent damage, above average stealth, high mobility, and excellent perception. Right off the bat, something that might jump out at you is, well, the fact that nothing jumps out at you. Cats are supposedly some of the most broken predators of all time, and yet none of their stats seems all that busted on their own. Top tier builds tend to have at least one stat that is so high it completely invalidates the strategies of other players. But no, cats aren't able to
That was
use
brutal.
tools, they don't have a bone-crushing or venomous bite, they can't change colors, they can't tank attacks for days, they can't echolocate, and so on. So no obvious answer here. Next, let's check out their unique abilities.
Have you seen Schrodinger's
Yeah, the
cat?
Schrodinger's cat. But it wasn't the Schrodinger's cat.
He was definitely
He
there.
was in the
He was definitely there. But I was thinking that I'm a bit too much of a game head now because of you, because I recognize most of the designs that they use. Like, which games they're from.
I mean, yeah, I absolutely recognize that it's the Swansborn genre. By the way, if you know what a Schrödinger cat is, then don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
That's up for the Schrödinger's cat?
Veronica's video that you have to... How do you say that?
Call out people personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we call you out personally. If you know what a Schrödinger cat is, then feel called out and give us the thumbs up. And best, if you haven't yet, give us a subscription.
That really makes our day every time someone subscribes.
Yeah, we check it a couple of times a day.
Not to emotionally manipulate you, right? I think, but it really does make our day.
And there is one guy, I think, or a girl, or so, but someone, because every day we have a subscription and then we lose it. And then it's again, and then we lose it again.
Yeah.
So our hearts are like this. We are happy, and then we are sad. Then we are more happy, and then we are...
Yeah, and Valdemar is convinced those are not all subscribers and
No,
subscribing
it's
and
one
people.
person. I bet it's one person. All right, let's go back to the cats. Yeah.
We talked about a few already, including the abilities
yum.
to buff the XP rates from meat sources. These should not be understated, as without them you can pretty much entirely write off the viability of this build. Cats, and all other mammals, have the warm-blooded trait. This grants them greatly improved stamina regen rates, greater resistance to cold damage, and a bunch of other useful perks, but at the cost of much greater upkeep requirements, meaning they need to secure kills much more frequently than similarly sized cold-blooded builds. Without these abilities granting the cat bonus XP from meat, it would be very difficult for them to keep up with their energy needs, even with how efficient cats are at hunting. Cats can also move extremely quietly due to their soft toe pads and retractable claws, enabling them to easily get within striking range of prey through smart use of cover and line of sight. But okay, all types of cat, large and small, have those abilities. How about something more unique to house cats? For that, let's look at their primary perception-based ability, slitted pupils. This ability grants house cats extremely precise depth perception, greater than all other felids.
Do you think our cats should watch this video? Could he feel very bad? Because so far, I'm starting to think he's a different species.
Not necessarily our cat, because he doesn't live with us. She means my mother's cat.
Yeah. Well, our family cat.
Our family cat, yeah. Because there is only one. I was going to say something about him, that if you care about it, he's a little bit sick lately. So you can send him
some love in your thoughts.
In your comments.
Yeah, it's very sad because his favorite thing to eat was fish.
Yeah.
Like not raw fish, but cat appropriate
Cat food
fish.
with fish, yeah, and he can't eat it anymore because he has some problems with kidneys. And now he is on a special diet for a cat with sick kidneys. And he's not happy about it at all.
He's doing a hunger strike right now.
Yeah, and my mother told me that she started Googling how long can cat not eat for how long, because he wouldn't eat for 24 hours or more, just to let know that he doesn't accept this bullshit that is happening right now with this new diet, and that it's time to go back to fish.
Yeah, and he likes to eat all of the time. But it's really good that your mom has so much attention for him and everything. Because, when you say it like that, oh, he didn't eat for 24 hours, it maybe sounds like she didn't care. But every single one of those 24 hours, she was worrying about him. So yeah, if you can send some thoughts to our cat, that would be great.
We'll show him your
We'll show.
support.
Yeah.
All right.
Then she'll say give fish instead.
let's continue.
This allows them to perfectly judge the optimal pouncing distance, massively increasing their odds of landing an immediate critical hit and incapacitating their target before it has a chance to respond. So even though the house cat's base damage isn't broken in and of itself, when a house cat goes on the offensive, it can certainly look that way. This strategy is what has led to the complete collapse of several different player bases in the amphibian, reptile, bird, and mammal factions, as it truly is that oppressive. Now, while we were first looking at the cat's base stats, one thing you might have assumed right away was that the cat's lower defensive stats are its main weakness, and that cats function as a sort of glass cannon, with very little counterplay options when attacked. You might also assume that given the cat's high mobility, their primary defensive strategy is simply to run away when they feel threatened. And while their top speed is often enough to escape danger when needed, instead, cats employ their mobility stat defensively in a different way. This is where one of the most shockingly effective aspects of the house cat manifests. House cats use their incredible agility to stand their ground. Agility and quick reflexes are usually used to dodge attacks, but cats instead actually use the reflexes to deflect them. Because their incredible depth perception grants them such high accuracy on their attacks, they can use their claw swipe attack to actually block incoming strikes. This is surprisingly consistent and...
Yeah, I heard about this, that the cats have even better reaction time than snakes.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that video. There was this viral video where there was a venomous snake, and it can't bite the cat because the cat has faster reflexes than them. But it's really interesting because it's like deeper than instinct, kind of like the animal instinct, like the very basic instinct. It doesn't have to think about attacking. It's like when you put your head in the fire and you take it out, but it just attacks like that, kind of.
I mean, or maybe you just feel that you are faster than your opponent. Like in Twilight, for example, Edward was able to run through this forest with Bella on his back because she was always wondering how is it possible that he can do that. And he told her that he can explain this.
He said he can explain it?
He can't explain it, yeah. But
is it in the movie or in the book?
But then when she was a vampire too, she was like, oh, so that's how you do it.
That was in the book or in the movie?
Well, how would I know?
I'm sorry, but why was Twilight the first thing you thought of? Not that there's anything wrong with you liking Twilight. You're allowed to like.
I didn't say I like Twilight. I just say.
Yeah, sure.
I just give you an example because I'm a good conversionist. So I gave you an example. You can understand.
You're Twilight erudite, yeah?
No, it was an example you can understand. You can imagine.
You can be trying to offend me right now. I can't hear you because I'm laughing too much.
Problem or short?
No, let's go. That was really nice.
I think I will edit something out of this video. I think it will be you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's like Twilight.
Now, obviously, this is a high-skill, high-reward strategy. Missing a parry can result in serious damage. But if you get good enough at this, you can ward off attacks from just about anything, and potentially even open up opportunities for counterattacks. Put all this together, and you come to understand what a house cat build truly is. A house cat is what you get when you fuse the deadliness of a snake with the energy of a mammal. But why does this playstyle make for such a good partnership with human players? Compared to dogs, they seem like they'd be much less useful party members. Humans broke the game and became the top-tier build by using coordinated team strategies and tool use in order to utterly trivialize their matchup versus large mammals. Dogs easily slot right into this game plan, as they can help track and chase down large prey, and also sniff out any potential ambush predators that could disrupt and punish this strategy. When a successful kill is made, dogs and humans naturally split the reward and both benefit. Dogs are also great defensively, as they can keep watch at camp and alert party members of approaching enemies. Cats are generally pretty useless in this regard. They don't have anywhere near the endurance required to chase down prey over long distances, can't square off head-to-head with those builds anyway, and aren't nearly as reliable for early enemy alerts. The kills a cat makes can't realistically be shared with humans either. It wasn't until humanity unlocked the agriculture ability that the player base began to notice additional vulnerabilities they didn't need to care about before. Vulnerabilities that dogs couldn't really help with. When operating off of a hunter-gatherer strategy, humans could basically ignore all builds in the low weight class. Rats and birds were no threat to humans, and also not worth the effort to take down. So it's
also... What?
I thought you want to say that it was until Black Death, and then it was kind of a
also
trend. Sorry.
No, you can see that as well. That's also a good point. No, I was just thinking about the video that it's like he's really sneakily educating people.
Yeah.
You know, he's saying all these funny things, but then he's saying stuff that was true in history as well. There's everything on it.
It's a quality channel.
Really good work.
Makes sense for them to just focus on larger
Not when I
builds.
play Zelda.
However, when the focus shifts to farming and food storage, those same builds humans were ignoring before suddenly became one of their biggest threats. Having a granary raided and its food reserves destroyed could easily wipe out an entire human settlement. So figuring out proper security for these storage sites was critical. Dogs simply are not effective enough at stopping pest infestations to fill that role. They cannot
That's
climb
me
or fit into small
right now.
spaces and aren't stealthy enough to catch the trickier pests. Cats, on the other hand, are
And this was like this clown from It.
Can you randomly remind me of that? Because I'm still traumatized by the book. Wait, this is one of my favorite videos of the internet. This one that he's going to show.
This video?
Do you know it?
I don't know.
There's like, it's
So
a bit cat right now. No, and because just saying what came before. The cat that's in the cupboard spends a long time looking at the cat.
Okay.
It's an important detail.
It's like that thing,
are truly excellent at this task and come with other benefits as well. They require very little armor.
But by the way, you need to know that about me. I think that my favorite content in the internet, since I have an internet in my life, it was always the cat punching other animals,
And then it was Twilight.
especially dogs.
What about cats punching Edward Cullen?
I'm not a fan of Twilight. I just get
No, it would be funny if it was Jacob, because Jacob's kind of a dog. So that would be the best concept for you.
and that's true.
Okay, sorry.
Upkeep. Although they are social builds, they hunt alone, so they don't require any direction or attention from their human party members in order to accomplish their task. Since humans don't have any need for rat or bird carcasses, the fact that cats don't usually share their kills is actually a benefit rather than a drawback.
Amazing.
The only thing cats really require from humans is to share in the shelters they construct. In the wilderness, cats typically use burrows, hollow stumps, or caves as their home bases. But these are vulnerable to attacks. Human settlements are significantly safer. Speaking of safety, even though cats are extremely lethal hunters, they pose very little danger to humans. This is a huge advantage over snakes, which theoretically could ally with humans to serve the same purpose, but in practice are far too dangerous to risk keeping around. The fact that cats are warm-blooded and therefore need to eat more frequently than snakes is also a benefit rather than a drawback for humans, since it means they need to stay on task and keep their guard up. So, while it is common to see
I'm sorry, I need to stop for a moment and tell something to Veronica. Can you move aside, please? Because before we start the video, Veronica is always telling me that, we need to do something, because when we put the video in our video, like the video that we watch in our video that we upload, that it covers our faces, and so we try different setups of the camera, and every time we sit, and I cannot move. This you can see that, but I'm surrounded by desk and stuff, and I can't move. And Veronica is slowly, with every minute, getting closer to me. And then she is like, "Oh, but why they can still my face? Ooh, wait, how does it happen? You need to do something
This
about
is not
it."
my accent.
It's not your accent, but it's how you sound.
I'm just slowly gravitating towards you because I love you so much and you're just magnetic, so I'll just...
Yeah, but now I'm sending you the opposite charge. So, please.
You're sending me the opposite charge?
Yes. The minus is...
But if you're sending... Are you sending me the same charge?
Doesn't matter. So minus is in... Just... Yeah. Great. Very nice. Very nice.
Let's finish.
players debate which build makes for the better addition to a human player's party, the correct
You
answer
can
is
answer
actually
that.
both.
Yes.
Dogs are a huge help in the large creature matchup, while cats cover your weaknesses in the small creature matchups. Having both in your party covers all of your weaknesses, and enables human settlements to use a hybrid playstyle of both hunting and farming. So if you're a human main trying to construct the most optimal party comp, the only real question is how you'll keep the dog and cat players from fighting each other. Now, knowing which traits and abilities to invest in can be a difficult choice. Luckily for you, I've partnered with the game Cell to Singularity to provide you the perfect training simulation. Cell to Singularity is a scientifically accurate, non-fiction idle clicker game where you begin as a single cell and have to unlock traits to evolve your biology, increase your intellect, and invent new tech.
I think it's... I know this is sponsored content. So you can sponsor us too if you want, because I just wanted to say, I think I played a very similar game. And it was actually pretty cool. Like, you had to click on the screen. So you got you just click like that when you're doing something and there's nothing else you can do. And then the stuff you do later is actually fun. So it's positive move forwards. So if you want to sponsor us as well, that'd be nice.
We need to add a disclaimer at the beginning of the video that it's not a sponsored video.
I haven't played this game.
And unfortunately, no one sponsors the channels with 34 subscriptions.
But this is quality over quantity. They don't know what they're doing.
Technology in order to conquer the universe and reach the ultimate singularity point. It's a relentlessly fun idle game that had me hooked for weeks. I love the charming low-poly 3D animals that you unlock as you progress through the Tree of Life. In fact, I liked this game so much that we actually decided to partner up and build an entirely new limited-time game expansion, focused entirely on exploring the adaptations that allowed cats to conquer the planet. It's free to play and available on Steam, iOS, and Android. We worked closely together on this cat event, so see if you can recognize and remember some of the important special abilities that I mentioned as you play through it. If you do manage to get far enough in this event, you'll even unlock a special TierZoo themed badge, which will permanently give your simulation a valuable speed buff. So please do check this one out, because I genuinely have never been so excited for a brand partnership before. This one really is special to me, and I guarantee you'll have fun playing Cell to Singularity. Again, it is completely free to play, so click or tap on the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen now. Thanks again for watching, and as always, good luck out there.
Actually, now I'm wondering if when we will edit that, if we should leave it or should cut it out.
Do you have the advertisement?
Yeah, I think we should leave it, because if we are using his content for our content, then I think we should leave it.
I'm not sure we have to leave all of it, but I think you can leave the part where they say the name of the game. I think that would be fair.
But I think if you have to leave it, you have to leave everything. Maybe, I don't know. Especially that we don't cut the video too much.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
you can skip whatever you want.
If you know, let us know, because this is something that we don't know, actually. Alright, and that was a very good video. Like always with this TierZoo channel.
It's amazing. It's so much effort goes into this.
Yeah.
And it's really super funny, and it's educational as well. It's really the best you could hope for. And then there's also cats punching things. But
it's what you said, I think. It's the example of an idea that is so good that it defends itself just by being that good.
Yeah, it's the kind of idea that no one really had before, but you're like, how could no one think of that before? Which is the best kind of ideas always. Okay, well, thank you for watching. And if we're done, and you can leave us a like, and you can subscribe. And you can hit the notification bell as well. And thank you for all the comments so far. It was really, really nice to hear from you. So feel free to read more. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.
Yeah, and let us know about the quality, because the quality in this video is different than previous ones. And yeah, let us know if it's good or not. Then we will think about something else. Alright, thank you guys for watching with us, and have a great evening, because this video is being uploaded on Friday, I believe. So have a nice evening. And I think that today is the beginning of the Paris Olympics. So good luck to all of the countries that are competing.
And I would like to say hello to my mom as well.
Yeah, I wanted to say that it's a tiny step for a human, but a big step for humanity.
Sure, that yours is funnier. Okay, bye.